Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. Okay, so I have empowering questions cards, so I thought I'd pull one of these. Kind of feeling this one here. We have what or who am I beneath all of my roles? So underneath, who are you? And I was kind of feeling this one too. How have I become me? What am I like? All right, so I feel like it's kind of looking within yourself to dig a little deeper and ask those questions to yourself, which I feel is an important thing. Is who am I beneath all my roles? What makes me happy? What makes me tick? How do I feel? I just feel like exploring those inner feelings within yourself is very important to give you answers and direction in finding happiness if you're struggling with that. All right, so let's get some tarot cards. We have the Ten of Cups. I kind of feel like that goes back to those cards there, is that Ten of Cups. What is that Ten of Cups for you? We have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Sun card. So I feel this is all very positive energy, and right in the middle is we have the Seven of Wands, which is, I feel, standing up for you, is fighting for you, figuring out you. Sometimes we are so busy with so many other things in our life and focusing on other things that we're not really focusing on what's important to us. We kind of put that on the back burner and we're like, oh, I'm fine, I'm good. But if you really ask yourself that question, are you really good, right? Making a decision. Okay, Two of Wands, Eight of Cups, Knight of Swords, the High Priestess, Two of Cups, and then we have the Devil card, which is the Capricorn card. So I almost feel like there are some energies that I feel you have to walk away from, that you have to remove yourself from. I feel that you need to, again, explore that inner you, that inner feeling, that inner voice. Which I've been feeling all along here with Capricorn, is I feel like at the end of the year, I almost feel like Capricorn kind of takes that report card of what's gone on in the past year and then almost starts to prepare for the next year. I'm a Capricorn Sun and a Capricorn Rising, so kind of this time of year I like to reflect on what I've done through this year, things that I've gone through. Have I worked on things? Have I tried to improve things? And kind of things that I want to look forward to next year, kind of preparing myself for, getting ready for, what are those things I need to release? What are those things that I need to let go of, so that when the beginning of the year comes, I really have that energy to, I kind of know that direction that I want to go in. I feel with Capricorn likes to have that, almost like that to-do list, right? Capricorn likes to have those directions, feels more secure with knowing what's been going on, what's going to happen. Not all Capricorns, but I feel like more Capricorns like to have that stability. They feel safer in the stability of knowing what's going on and what's happening and where's it's going, and rather than, say, the King of Cups, where somebody's just kind of go with the flow and doesn't really plan for anything, or doesn't have an idea. It doesn't mean it has to be exact for Capricorn, but I just kind of feel like processing things, looking over things, figuring out things gives Capricorn that sense of security as, okay, my goals and my directions on what I want to do. I feel that brings some sort of security, and that's kind of what I've been feeling from these readings for Capricorn, is kind of that Ten of Cups in the Sun card. What makes you happy? You being in the middle here. What do I need to let go of? What do I need to focus on? What gives me that energy and that drive? Do I have to look at relationships? Am I making the right choices for me? And am I in any sort of toxic habits or energies? Am I thinking negatively? Am I thinking positively? Am I surrounding myself with positive people? Oh, look at that, 9 of Cups. I love that. Definitely that progression, because we have the 9 and then we have the 10 of Cups. So moving forward, I feel like it's about emotions. Again, how have I become me? What am I like? What or who am I beneath all my roles? It's really asking yourself those questions. What bothers you? What keeps you up at night? What makes you feel emotionally fulfilled? What grounds you, right? What hurts you? King of Wands. To me, King of Wands, I feel, is somebody who kind of looks past over everything. Like he's facing this way and he's kind of looking over, again, as I was saying as we were going on, what hurt me, what grounds me, what worries me, what stresses me, what makes me feel good, what are my dreams, what are my goals, where do I want to be? And then we have the King of Swords who is facing forward. So I feel like it's time to... what are those actions that I want to do moving forward? What are those things that I want to do moving forward? And then the last card out is the 3 of Pentacles, and working on it and doing it and making it happen. Not only thinking about it, but actually doing it and making things happen. Knight of Wands, definitely the Knight of Wands is somebody who makes things happen, who takes the actions. But I feel like in order for you to move forward here, that you have to look back over all of those things and think about those things. Ask yourself those questions. What heartache am I holding on to? What do I feel grounds me? What do I keep up? What do I stay up at night thinking about? How am I feeling emotionally? What are my goals that I want to do? And it could just be like writing it down on a piece of paper, which I've said many times before, is I like to write things down, is writing those things down and just kind of seeing those and looking at those and working on those and feeling the emotion from those as, what do I want to manifest? What do I want to let go of? Where do I want to go from here? What do I want to work on? I almost feel like the end of the year is like, okay, if this year didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to, I'm going to at least give myself the best chance that next year is going to head in the direction that I want it to go in, that I want it to be more guided of what I want to do. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Life throws curveballs at us all the time, and that's okay. But I feel like if you're in a good frame of mind, if you're feeling positive, if you know these challenges are going to come in and you're able to handle those, that it won't be as disruptive as it was before. Because you're like, well, I already looked at things. I assessed things. I know where I'm going. I know what I want to do. I'm in a good headspace. I'm feeling good emotionally, right? I'm making good choices for myself. So I'll be okay and I'll work through it. And maybe those goals that you set at the end of this year, maybe they'll change by the time next year rolls around. And you're like, well, you know what? I kind of thought I wanted to do this, but I'll do that. But I feel like it's always that forward progress of, hey, this is what I want to do. Working at that 9 and 10 of Cups, just feeling good because you're working on that energy. All right, we have release. I feel like with this 9 of Swords is connected to this 8 of Cups. So I feel like there's something you have to let go of. I feel like there's something that you have to release. So what are those things that you need to release and let go of? And then we have alternatives. Sometimes it's different paths than what we were thinking, right? Alternative. What is the alternative if you don't look at these things? Is it energy? Is it frustration that's just going to continue to build up and become toxic to yourself or toxic to those relationships that you have around you? When you're struggling with things, sometimes you take out that energy or that frustration on the people that are closest to you, and you don't mean to, but it's because they're right there. They're in your space. They're around you. You kind of, in a way, you feel that you can trust them, and so you kind of unleash it on the people that are around you. And is that something that you have to make sure that if you need to work on this, that you don't want that frustration to build up? All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.